everybody to the Monthly Grind. We're here to remember Tom, and this is our house band song. We're inviting you all to sing along. Unfortunately, the lyrics didn't find their way into the program, but it's "You Ain't Going Nowhere" by Bob Dylan.
Right.
Words are, ooh, we ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Ooh, Lord, are we gonna fly down in the easy chair? So, please sing. Tom would be thrilled if you all sang. So, is everybody ready? We're all ready. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clouds so swift, the rain won't lift. The gate won't close and the railing froze. Get your mind off the winter time, 'cause you ain't going nowhere.
Ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Oh no, we're gonna fly down in the easy chair.
Well, I don't care how many letters they sent. The morning came and the morning went. Pack up your troubles, pick up your tent. You ain't going nowhere.
Ooh-wee, ride me high.
Tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come.
Oh no, we gonna fly down in the easy chair.
Buy me a flute and a gun that shoots, tailgates and substitutes. Strap yourself to a tree with roots, 'cause you ain't going nowhere.
Ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Oh no, we gonna fly down in the easy chair. Genghis Khan, he could not keep all his kings supplied with sleep. Climb that hill no matter how steep. When we get up to it, ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Oh, we gonna fly down in the easy chair. Ooh-wee, ride me high. Tomorrow's the day my bride's gonna come. Oh, we gonna fly down in the easy chair.
Nice job.
Hi. Whoa, now we're really hot. Well, we were hot before that too. But just wanted to thank you all for coming out. This is the start of the 26th year of the Monthly Grind. And yes, it's worth that, isn't it? Well, I'm the one that's standing alone up here, and I wish that Peggy and Barb would come out. So as the three producers of the Monthly Grind now, I think all of you, many of you, know that we lost our fellow producer man, Tom LeCompte, in May. And thank you, yes. Flank me, sisters. I need that. Yes. So yeah, Peggy was by his side in May, and in those final days, he was still producing and telling us exactly what he wanted to have in a grind. And so you are going to hear some of those stories as we go through the show tonight. And it's a celebration. We are so honored to have Kathy and Wendy and Allison and her family, family of Tom, to celebrate. But as those who knew Tom, we all were his family. And so that's the tone that we're coming in with this, a celebration of his spirit, of his being as family. So enjoy. Thank you. I have the honor now to introduce our host for the evening, Kathy LeCompte.
I am so stoked to be here tonight. This is so awesome. As I was preparing for this evening, welcome everybody. And as I was preparing for this evening, I have some things to tell you, but Tom trained me. This is really only my second time being a host, and he trained me. He said, it's not about you as the host. It's about the acts. So get on, get off. But for those of you that know Tom, he didn't know the meaning of get on and get off. He had to talk to you. And, why say something in, 2 sentences when he could say it in 6 or 8 paragraphs? But I'm not going to do that. But before I forget, I need to give you the safety moment. So remember that the exits are in the back, and they're here, and they're here. And kids, there's boxes over there for you to keep yourself company, but make sure you keep track of your parents so that everybody's all good to go. Interestingly enough, 17 years ago, this very weekend, I was sitting over there. Tom had invited me to come to Alaska. I had said to my friends a few weeks earlier, I need to go to Alaska sometime. Next thing you know, I got a ticket and I'm here in Ketchikan. And I'm sitting over there at the monthly grind and I'm thinking to myself, this is the coolest thing I've ever been to. And then I found myself thinking, I could live here. This is pretty cool. These people are great. And in 1999, I moved here as Tom's wife. And we lived on Pennock and had a great life together and great friendship. So it's just really interesting for me to be back here and be on this stage tonight. I just wanted to tell you all just quickly about May, when you had the last grind of the 25th season and sent him that card. That card meant so much to him. He moved a few times between ICU and rehab and the hospital, but every time he went, that card went with him, and that was the first thing that got set up. And then all of the texts and all of the messages started coming in, and the nurses thought he was some sort of celebrity. Who is this guy? And he's got all these people, and he's got this big card and everything, and it just meant so much to him. And he, he was a big guy with a big heart, and he loved Ketchikan, and he loved you all, and he loved the monthly grind. So I'm really pleased and proud to be here. So I can hear him in my head going, shut up and get off the stage. So I am going to say, with no further ado, let's get on with the show, and let's have Chaz and Austin out here.
Testing. Testing. Hello, everyone. So we got called out here by Barbara Morgan. She asked if we'd come play for Tom for the September grind. And of course, we were honored to do so. We wanted to do it as a trio with Dave Rubin, but unfortunately, he's on the other side of the country making a big statue, so he couldn't be here this evening. So Chaz and I are just going to do a duet for you. And we don't really have anything planned, so we're just going to jam a little bit and see what happens.
Thanks, that was awesome. So those of you that know Tom and have worked with him in the monthly grind, you know that his shows tended to be a little long. And he just couldn't say no to anybody. You know, you want to be on the stage? Come on up. Yeah, sure, whatever. And this is no exception. This is a little bit of a different format. We're going to give each performer a chance to come out for just one song. But it's awesome. It's epic. Every month after, for Tom, every grind was the best grind ever. And every month after the grind, I'd get a phone call. You missed it. It was the best grind ever. It's like, really? Okay. So y'all are in for the best grind ever. So with no further ado, Mr. A.J. Slagle is up next.
All right. Hey, good evening, folks. Sorry for the confusion. This is my boy Wolf. First time up here. Barbara was nice enough to have me up here. You're okay, bud. Just hang tight. So, I heard kind of late about Tom being sick, and I wrote a letter, and it turned out he actually passed that morning. And so I'm glad to have the opportunity to display this and just say a final piece for him. So here it goes. Good evening, folks. I appreciate the opportunity to share a memory of someone from a mental list I keep that Tom LeComte was and continues to be a part of. That list is of gentlemen I have known, learned from, and worked with. Tom brought my brother and sister together to sing at the cabaret. When my son Duncan wanted to sing a Christmas song at the monthly grind, he said, "Duncan, sure, we'll put him on the flyer." I hosted this gathering twice that Tom's given me that opportunity. And I would like to read a letter I wrote the morning Tom passed, and this is it. It says, "Tom, I was not aware you were sick until 3 days ago when I saw you. 2 weeks ago, you were upbeat and positive. Just in case you did not know, it's okay to snivel about dying a little bit. It's not you, so I will. You are going to be missed. And not just a little bit, a lot. I cannot count the times you have had a positive effect on my day, my family, and those I know and love and respect. I will miss you, Tom. Thanks." But in parting, I'd like to leave you with something that kind of fits him in a way. There you. So, now we got one right here, bud. You can't be stingy. Anyways, this is a verse from Robert Service that it's a poem I'm kind of fond of, and it goes. "Master, I've done thy bidding, wrought in thy many lands. Not by my sins wilt thou judge me, but by the work of my hands. Master, I've done thy bidding, and the light is low in the west, and the long, long shift is over. Master, I've earned it. Rest." And I think that fits Tom pretty well. Thank you.
Hello? That is the future of the grind there. You know, Tom lived in Ketchikan longer than any place else in his life. And in the newspaper today, it said he did move out at 16, but he did graduate from high school. And he went to college, and he always said that his third junior year was the best. And he graduated from UPS, and he considered many of you his family. But he actually does have sisters in Washington State, and Annette and Denise, and you might have met them when they were here in June. And he has a son, Tom, and they all send their heartfelt thanks and blessings to all of you for loving their brother and their father and making him part of your community and your family. And so the we're taping this grind tonight, and we'll be able to share it with them because they weren't able to come back up tonight. But they just wanted me to make sure that I told you all how grateful they are for everything. And they too, when they got here in June, said, "Is he some sort of celebrity here in Ketchikan?" Because he was just their brother that they used to pick on all the time. So it was very special. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Rudy Sakamano.
Good evening. The majority of the times that you've seen me up here, it's because Tom asked me if I'd like to play. So I'd like to thank him for that. And, and through, I'm going to be 59 next year, and I haven't made a ton of friends, that are lifelong friends. And I sure can't afford to lose any of them. So it was a real shock when Tom just up and left the planet as quickly as he did. So anyway, this was a song that he always asked me to play when we were out at the Hole in the Wall. So here it goes.
Says Red Molly to James, that's a fine motorbike. A girl could feel special on any such like. Says James to Red Molly, my hat's off to you. It's Vincent Black Lightning, it's 1952. Well, I've seen you on the corners and the cafes, it seems. Red hair and black leather, my favorite color schemes. And he pulled her on behind and down to Box Hill they'd ride. Says James to Red Molly, here's a ring for your right hand. Well, I'll tell you in earnest, I'm a dangerous man. I've fought with law since I was 17. I robbed many a man to get my Vincent machine. Well, I'm 21 years and I might make 22, but I don't mind dying, but for the love of you. But if fate should break my stride, well, I'll give you my Vincent to ride. Come down, Red Molly, I called Sergeant McRae. We've taken young James Haiti for armed robbery. A shotgun blast in his chest left nothing inside. Come down, Red Molly, to his dying bedside. When they got to the hospital, there wasn't much left. He was running out of rope. He was running out of breath, but he smiled to see her cry, and he gave her his Vincent to ride. Says James, in my opinion, there's nothing in this world beats a 52 Vincent and a red-headed girl. Them Nortons and Unions and Greaves, they won't do. They don't have a soul like a Vincent 52. And he reached for her hand and he gave her the keys. Said, I've got no further use for these. Seen angels on aerials in leather and chrome, swooping down from heaven to carry me home. And he gave her one last kiss, and he died. And he gave her his Vincent to ride.
Thank you. Goodbye, Tom.
Thanks, Rudy. He loved that song. He loved a lot of songs, but he loved that song. You know, the Monthly Grind stage is a place where you can come up and just do and be and perform, and you all are so welcoming, and you clap and enjoy what we put on here. And you know, my two children came to Alaska, followed me up here when I came up with Tom, Allison Shajolu and Wendy Chatham, and as a mother who loved musicals, I always thought it would be so cool if my girls would sing Sisters. Remember White Christmas? Sisters, Sisters. Okay, we got the chance to do that on the Monthly Grind stage. And it was awesome. It was an awesome moment for me as a mom and for them. And I don't know about y'all, but we liked it. We had a good time. And that was just, you know, that's how it is here. And one of the things that Tom, why he liked to do the September Grind, as you saw in the paper today, but as he met people during the summer that were new to town or musicians that were here to work for the summer and they were still hanging out, oh, come and do the September Grind. And in true Tom fashion, our next act would have been one of those people that he would have pulled in off of the streets and said, come on and be up here on the stage. Her name is Tika, and she's going to come out here and perform for us with her hoops. And she wanted me to let you all know that this performance is a tribute to all of those of you going through a time of grief. This is in honor of her grandfather, who passed away recently, and to hold up all our spirits as we remember Tom. So, Tika.
Suddenly, the mind dwells on the past as it chases a future that remains uncertain. Grief is like the ocean. It comes in waves, ebbing and flowing as the cycle of life inevitably continues. Every atom of me
is every atom of you. As we look deeply within, we understand our perfect balance. There is no fear of the cycle of birth, life, and death. Or when you stand in the present moment, you are timeless.
Shati
Oh, yeah, that's what the monthly grind's all about. Yeah. That's right. And this is one of Tom's shirts. He had a bunch of T-shirts, and I always saw him in this one. He really liked it a lot, and he was true to him. I got his clipboard, so trying to keep track of things that are going on between acts. I'm not even going to say anything now, except just to introduce Mr. Nathan Jackson.
Yeah, Tom came in at the point a good share of the time, and we did numbers together. But I couldn't really think of a song that would be suitable, and I'm just trying to backtrack. I even asked but we'll do a song, and I think you'll probably recognize it. I'll Fly Away.
Hello. Yeah, go sit down. For as long as we've been coming to the grind, there have been children at the grind, and it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you very much. That was beautiful, Nathan. Really, really gorgeous. So the next act is coming out is actually Paul and the Tom Tones. However, there was a slight typo in the program you might notice, but it's Paul and the Tom Tones, without further ado.
Well, if there's one thing Tom told me, it was kind of like a powdered milk biscuit. He was like a powdered milk biscuit. Those of you familiar with Prairie Home Companion will know that powdered milk biscuits just sometimes give you the strength to get up and do what needs to be done. Gather round, friends, let my story be told about a catching can man with a heart of gold. He was a big-hearted man. He was a big-hearted man. He was a big-hearted man, and his name was Tom. If you needed some love, he would give you some. Big-hearted man. A teacher, a surfer, musician, producer, a Christian whose purse strings couldn't be looser, was a big-hearted man. He was a big-hearted man. Stranger to none and a friend to all. Community, his purpose, his clarion call. He was a big-hearted man. He was a big-hearted man. A brother, a father, a husband, a son, a sister, a mother, an auntie to some. He was a big-hearted man. He was a mother of a man. He was a big-hearted man, and his name was Tom. If you needed some love, he would give you some. When he lived in Hawaii, he was a big kahuna, and he didn't fish salmon, he'd go catch a tuna. Was a big-hearted man. Was a big-hearted man. A spirit so big they called him Tundra. They would have loved him in the land down under. Was a big-hearted man. He was a big-hearted man. There's a time to laugh and a time to grieve. Tom's heart was so big he had to wear it on his sleeve. Never afraid to shed a tear. Always a friend to those far and near. He was a big-hearted man. He was a big-hearted man. Big-hearted man. He was a big-hearted man. Oh, Nelly, his heart was so big it pushed down into his belly. He was a big-hearted man. He was a
perfect was that? I like the part about the wearing the heart on the sleeve. He was very, very soft-hearted and great guy. So, we are at the point in the show that was also Tom's favorite, the best desserts ever. Plenty of desserts. Help yourselves. Take a break. We'll be back for the second half of the show. T-shirts up here. Get them while you can. They're hot for $10.
Okay, hey, there we go. Thank you, Stephen. Actually, first I'm going to just start everybody heading back into the second half by thanking the sound guys. Andy and Stephen on the sound board are doing a fabulous job. Thank you, Andy and Stephen. Yeah. So, and thank you all for being here. This is, of course, a special grind. We've talked about that. Tom would love to have all of y'all here, so thank you. I have a list of community events. If Tom was anything at all, he was interested in building community here. And he was involved, I think, in every one of the organizations that have events on this list that I have on my phone to share with you. There's a lot of upcoming things, starting with tomorrow, actually. The Main Street Gallery is going to be putting on, where's it at? Stories at 56 degrees latitude, which is happening tomorrow at 3:30 at the Crow's Nest. There are, I think, 4 different people who are going to be taking part in that and telling their story. They're all very interesting stories, so I would recommend going to that tomorrow at 3:30. Other upcoming events, we have the Diva and Devo performance September 26th. That's in a week, 1 week. It's, of course, a fundraiser for First City Players. Doors open at 7. Get there. It might be sold out right now, actually. If it's not, you should get a ticket. If it's sold out next year, you'll want to get a ticket early. Are there any divas or devos in the audience? There we go, Niles. Yay. Okay. So, thank you, Niles, for participating in that. Okay. First City Players also has Mary Poppins rehearsals going on right now, and that performance is going to be the first weekend in November. There's only that one weekend. You'll want to do that. It's going to be really fantastic. At the Main Street Gallery right now is a show called Abstract Reality by Terry Metcalf and Mary Ida Hendrickson. Really fantastic. Boom Ball happens almost every Thursday, all the time, every month, every week. 7 p.m. Main Street Gallery. We're doing salsa this month. Other dance styles include waltz, swing, etc. Square dancing. The next square dance is happening on October 9th, and I'm calling that dance. Matt, the electrician, is coming to town on October 10th, performing at 7 p.m. at the North Tongass Community Hall. The Tongass Historical Museum has an exhibit called Then and Now, opening October 23rd. I think that will be really fantastic. I've seen a couple of the Then and Now shots that have been done, and it looks really great. And then last, the Totem Heritage Center Native Arts Studies program has fall classes, several different fall classes actually that start October 5th. So there you go. If you want to get involved in the community, it's not hard. If you're bored, it's your own fault. Thank you. So now for desserts. We had a lot of desserts, and Penny is going to tell you about who won. Penny.
Woo, 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 woo. You know what? I need to say a huge, huge thank you to the mother and son team of Tracy and Joey back there. And they had help with runners with the straight girls, Annika and Catherine. And so, you know, it's so laborious trying to get glamorous like this. So they really did all of the work back there, and I just get to do the fun stuff. Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna get all tangled up in this. And I don't have my glasses. So thank you, you guys. And the dessert prizes came from Parnassus and it's the Ketchikan video. So, Andy, can you be my Carol Merrill? Or Carrie, you were right there too. You could have done that. Okay. So now we are going to, the judges were Annika, Catherine, and William Biss. And you guys have to be on your honor because there were no names on these winners. So, for third place, for the peanut butter cookie, Orca. Oh, it was Orca! Orca, you guys won! Over there, Kara, do you want to come? Woohoo! Way to go, Orca! Okay, this is classic. Cupcake with blue sprinkles. Who did the cupcakes with the blue sprinkles? Woohoo! The Sandielli family, come on up! Okay, and for first prize, monkey bread. Who was that? Monkey bread. Monkey Wonky. Go. Sheeran. Oh, get over here. Don't be so shy. Okay, so thank you. We couldn't do it without your desserts. But please remember, when you leave, we're getting quite a collection of pans in the back. So remember to go back and pick up your plate. Thank you so much. One more t-shirt left. One more t-shirt right there.
Remember this? I gotta say it's mighty comfortable. He had some pretty outrageous outfits. He always prided himself on being able to wear boxer shorts with, I think they had lips on them or hearts or something on the grind stage. That was one of his biggest moments on the stage was when he wore those. I'm not doing that now, but I'll wear the tracksuit. So I have a little plug myself to put in here. When we celebrated Tom's life in June at the Jubilee, there was some funds raised, and they're sitting in the Tongass Federal Credit Union, and we're adding to them as often as we can. And what we're going to do with that money is we're going to take that money and start offering bluegrass camps for kids. Yeah. So, do you remember the Barefoot Bluegrass group? Yeah, Kate Hamry. Yes, I think it's Hamry. Kate. Anyways, she started an organization called bluegrasscampforkids.org, and she happens to be a school teacher in Anchorage, and I'm going to go stalk her and find her to talk to her more about this. She has an agent that I spoke with, and we're trying to make arrangements to do that because these guys here, these are the future of the monthly grind. These are the future grind mothers and grind fathers. Yeah. And these bluegrass camps come to town 3 days or 5 days. They teach kids how to play the musical instruments, and of course there'll be auto harps, a lot of them. And they learn to dance, and they write music, and they sing songs, and they just have the love of folk music and bluegrass music. So that's what we're doing. If you feel so inclined to contribute, you can get a hold of me, and I'll tell you how you can do it. But stay tuned because we're going to continue to do this effort and have this opportunity for our kids here in Ketchikan. Yay! I see our kids here in Ketchikan, and I haven't lived here for 5 years. But you know what? When I walked into Ketchikan in September 1998, it was like I came home. So here I am, and here you all are, and we're home in Ketchikan. So it's pretty awesome. So, okay, I know, I'm going. All right, so without further ado, Tim and Kay Long.
Hello, everybody. So nice to be here to celebrate Tom. And Kathy was talking about the kids in this community, and I know that a lot of us here have kids that have been supported by Tom and his generosity and his support overall. And a lot of them are in places that they would not be if it wasn't for him and people like him. So Tom is a great guy. He's one of those guys that if you hadn't seen him in months, but you saw him, it was just like old friends, it's just like you saw him yesterday, and he'd always want to talk about things that were important to you, not so much to him. He loved his music, he loved people, he loved his faith, and it was all unconditional, and he just had such a giving spirit. So when we were asked to maybe do something for this, Tim and I both looked at each other and we knew what song we wanted to do. And the theme of it is love. And so we found that it's fitting with Tom's heart and his generosity. So we also wrote an extra verse for it, just in Tom's, thinking of Tom and how he was. So it's called Give Yourself to Love. With fine friends all gathered round, there's something I would say. What brings us together here has blessed us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside. Where strangers are as family, loneliness can't hide. So give yourself to love, 'cause love is what we're after. Open up your hearts to its tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. He walked these mountains in the rain. He learned to love the wind. He's been up before the sunrise to watch the day begin. He always knew he'd find you, though he never did know how. Like sunshine on a cloudy day, he stands before you now. So give yourself to love, 'cause love is what we're after. Open up your hearts to its tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Love is born in fire. It's planted like a seed. And love can't give you everything, but it gives you what you need. And Love comes when you're ready, love comes when you're afraid. It'll be your greatest teacher, the best friend you have made. So give yourself to love, 'cause love is what we're after. Open up your heart to its tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. His heart was grander than the sea. His faith was stronger than the wind. He could see the best in everyone, and we saw the best in him. The children were his future, and his family his pride. He made this world a better place. Now he's standing by your side. So give yourself to love, 'cause love is what we're after. Open up your hearts to its tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Thank you, Tom.
All right. And here we are. I just wanted to talk a second while we're setting up the next act about volunteering. You know, this is all a volunteer organization. When Tom was introducing me to everybody and got me involved in this, I did the coffee and then I did the door and moved chairs and stacked them in the back and all the things that happened with the monthly grind. And a woman came up to me at intermission. Her name is Dawn, and she said, "How do you get involved in this, you know, doing this monthly grind?" I said, "Just what you just did. Here, let me introduce you to the producers." So if you're interested in participating in the grind, please feel free to ask. And Mr. Brian Curtis.
When I was a kid, I asked my mom if I could play the auto harp when I grew up. And she said, "Sorry, son, you just can't do both." So Tom played auto harp, and I just love to play it for Tom. And this was a song that he used to play with the Point Band. And we were fond of pointing out one another's romantic prospects. So this one's called Devil Woman. I told Mary about us. I told her about our great sin. Mary cried and forgave me. Then Mary took me back again. She said if I wanted my freedom, I could be free evermore. But I don't want to be, and I don't want to see Mary crying no more. Devil woman, let go of me. Devil woman, let me be. Just leave me alone, I wanna go home. Mary is waiting and weeping, alone in our shack by the sea. Even after I've hurt her, Mary's still in love with me. Made me ashamed to face Mary. Barely had the strength to tell that skies are not so black. Mary took me back. Mary has broken your spell. Devil woman, let go of me. Devil woman, let me be. Just leave me alone, I wanna go home. Devil woman, you're evil, like the dark coral reef, like the winds that bring high tide. You only bring sorrow and grief. You made me ashamed to face Mary, barely had the strength to tell that skies are not so black. Mary took me back. Mary has broken your spell. Devil woman, let go of me. Devil woman, let me be. Just leave me alone, I wanna go home.
You know, Tom owned 5 auto harps. He just kept buying them and buying them and buying them. And he really loved his auto harps. Thank you, Brian. That was lovely. All right. Our next act is John Gabriel.
There's that one. Tom and I used to sit around and try to impress each other with what we knew about music. And invariably the subject of Bob Dylan would come up. And we'd always talk about the various nuanced meanings that his music, messages that would be sent. And eventually I'd have to admit that I didn't really know that much about Bob Dylan's earlier period. When he was more famous for being a folk singer. And I was kind of young, so I didn't really pick up on Bob Dylan until he cut an album in Nashville called Nashville Skyline. And I also had to admit to him that I was kind of a prisoner of AM radio. So I didn't really listen until it hit the charts. And here's one off that album kind of half promised Tom I'd learn, and I wasn't going to learn it until I could do it really good. So here's my rendering of Lay Lady Lay. Lay lady lay, lay across my big brass head. Across my big brass bed. Whatever colors you have in your mind, I show them to you, and you see them shine. Lay, lady, lay, lay across my big brass bed. Stay, lady, stay. Stay with your man a while. Until the break of day. Let me see you make 'em smile. His clothes are dirty, but his hands are clean. The best thing that he's ever seen. Lay, lady, lay,
stay with your man a while. Why wait any longer for your world to begin? You can have your cake and eat it too. Why wait any longer for the one you love when he's standing in front of you? Lay, lady, lay across my big brass bed. Stay, lady, stay. Stay while the night is still ahead. I long to see you in the morning light. I long to reach for you in the night. Lay across my big brass bed. Stay, lady, stay. Stay while the night is still ahead. Stay, lady, stay. Lay, lady, lay. Lay, lady, lay. Stay, lady, stay.
Thank you. Tom LeCompte was born on 01/06/50. That's the Epiphany. He liked to remind me of that every year. He passed away on 06/06/15 at 6:50 in the morning, and he was 65. Now, those of you that know Tom know that Trivial Pursuit, or things that you thought, why would anybody even know that stuff? That was Tom. So I just wanted to share that with you because for me, 6s and 5s have a whole different meaning these days. That and sunsets. He loves sunsets. He's got probably 5,000 pictures of sunsets. So when you see a sunset, you see a 6 or you see a 5, think of Mr. LeCompte. So when he was not feeling well, he was still planning the grind. He was not feeling well, but he was planning the grind. And he told our friend and sister, Peggy, that he wanted to have a quartet, yes? And so I'm just going to turn it over to the LeComptettes and let Peggy tell you the rest.
Helplessly hoping her harlequin hovers nearby, awaiting a word, gasping at glimpses of gentle true spirit, he runs, wishing he could fly, only to trip at the sound of goodbye. Wordlessly watching, he waits by the window and wonders at the empty place inside. Heartless endlessly helping himself to her bad dreams. He worries, did he hear a goodbye? Or even hello? They are two alone, they are three together, they are for each other. Stand by the stairway, you'll see something certain to tell you. Future has its cost. Love isn't lying, it's loose in a lady who lingers, saying she is lost and choking on hello. They are two alone, they are three together, they are for each other.
Whoa. Now is our time for gratitude. We'd like to thank the City of Saxman, KRBD, Bottled Water Express, Green Bean Coffee Bean Company, Ketchikan Area Arts and Humanities Council, Soho Coho. Sorry, new glasses. Sweet One Studio, McPherson Music, Tongass Business Center, and Chico's. And a big thank you to our volunteers for production setup, cleanup, soundboard, stage, house band, doors, coffee table, dessert table, craft boxes, and so much more. Terry O'Hara, Brian Curtis, Bruce and Char White, Paul Hovick, the Pankow family, the Sweetman family. By the way, I saw one of the Sweetman girls. She served me wine. I'm like, when did you get 21? I was like, she looks at me, she goes, aren't you? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyways, moving on. Amy Michaud, Stephen Villano, Clark Stosich, Deb Davis, and Rebecca Bolin. And, of course, our beautiful monthly grind producers, Peggy Hovick, Penny Peterson, Barbara Morgan, and our dear friend, Thomas Philip LeCompte Jr. Okay, it's with great pleasure that I introduce to you Mary and Friends.
So, I guess I just need to look at it kind of quick. Brings us to full circle. Terry and I, and Rudy a little bit, have played music with Tom over the years as part of a group called Outer Limits, which people always said Outer Limits anyway. I don't know why we bothered. We were trying to do with a theme there. But anyway, the song we're going to do is taken from a tune by Jimmy Rogers, and I think Outer Limits performed this at a grind many years ago, and it seemed to fit.
Mary's pretty famous for writing parodies over the years. She's the champion of parody songs, and this is a very fitting one for Tom.
Thank you, Terry. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Tundra Tom sat and thought of his lifetime, wondering when it would pass by. What will become of his music whenever his time comes to die? There's an angel band yonder in heaven, got a place where he might feel at home. Will he have to learn a new instrument, or can he continue to strum? Will there be any auto harps in heaven? Any surfboards on which he might ride? Will there be any tourists or students? Will he be in the visitor's guide? He'll produce so many great shows there. Think of all the great singers he'll find. Will they have respect for the auto harp in that heavenly monthly grind? Will there be any auto harps in heaven? Any surfboards on which he might ride? Will there be any tourists or students? Will he be in the visitor's guide? You produce so many great shows there. Think of all the great singers he'll find. Will they have respect for the auto harp in that heavenly monthly grind? Will they have respect for the auto harp in that heavenly monthly grind?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. It was an epic, the best grind ever. Okay, we still put away chairs. That way. Thank you all for coming tonight. Live your lives well. Be happy, be safe, and thank you for loving our family. And bring your chair to the back.
And if you're sitting on a brown chair, leave it.
And if you're sitting on a brown chair, leave it there. So, brown chair, leave it there. Folding chair goes back here. Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening. Be safe.